Several demonstrators are facing charges in connection to an occupation of an Enbridge station in southern Ontario. And the charges were laid after the pipeline protesters took their cause to the streets, creating chaos in and around Hamilton Court.
Bitumen has toxic gas! Worse than lies that Enbridge has!
The protesters are opposing Enbridge's plan to reverse the flow of oil in a stretch of pipeline from Sarnia to Montreal. Rebecca Thompson was there when this all went down. She's been tracking this story for us and joins us with details.
Well, yes, Pat, some are questioning and prompting the questions as to whether or not these protesters are moving from environmental radicalism to anti-police protesting. This all went down outside and inside the court yesterday. Now, 18 people, as you mentioned, face charges, including trespassing, breaking and entering, and causing mischief over their Big June protest, a legal protest, a week-long protest against one of Enbridge's pumping station sites. Now, yesterday, they were in court, and what happened was that 13 of them were up to face these charges. As each of them got up, the people started clapping in solidarity of each other. Now, this prompted the judge to shut them down, ordered them to stop clapping, and then the group started instead to start snapping. Now, snapping their fingers like this. Now, one woman was removed by security over this, and this obviously got the protesters in the room. There were about 20 of them. Their blood boiled, because what then happened is they moved to the back of the room and they started chanting against the security in the room, saying cops, pigs, murderers was their chant. Now, several of them were arrested by the police at that point and taken into custody overnight. 7 of them now face criminal charges over disrupting the court, and one of them will face the court today in a bail hearing, Pat, and I will be headed to Hamilton for this. Now, if you thought this was chaotic, it was really the finale to a very ruckus day, because around 40 or 50 protesters marched through the streets of Hamilton, some of them getting traffic tickets from the police, and then ending their march in a big rally, a big protest, Pat, and I want to draw your attention to one of the one of the spokesmen of this group who had this to say about why they were protesting. Watch this.
Hello, my name's Rebecca.
Hi there.
Rebecca, can you stand here?
Oh, sorry. Your son? No thanks.
Well, it's just for the news side. It's okay.
No thanks.
Can you just tell?
So that was, Pat, that was my attempt to try to get an interview with one of these protesters, which obviously failed. Now, of course, I'll be heading down there today, and the big question today is whether or not these protesters will face the full extent of the law over their disruptive behavior in court yesterday. And I should mention also that the protesters will be back in court at the end of September, Pat, to face all of their previous charges over trespassing, breaking and entering, as well as causing mischief.
Okay, Rebecca, thank you.
Thank you.